Hello and welcome to A for Arsenal. Transfer window finally over. No more rumors, no more media spin, and now we can just get on with the football action. So, Arsenal's transfer window, it did not end with the acquisition of another player. हम और एक player नहीं ले पाए, even though deadline day पे हम Douglas Luiz के पीछे थे. At the end, तीन bids हमने डाली थी. Third bid was worth 25 million. Which Villa rejected, and Arsenal decided that इससे ज़्यादा हम we're not going to pay more than this. So उसके obviously काफ़ी mixed reactions आए हैं, and some people of course think that we should get Douglas Luiz and some people think कि नहीं, we should not overpay. I made a video on the Douglas Luiz dilemma. You can go check that out on my channel. But now let's just talk about the transfer window in general, right? And in the end, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Now that we've not got Douglas Luiz, what do we do about a midfield depth? So overall in the transfer window, Arsenal bought in 5 players. I mean, we bought in some more also, but we'll just put in 5 major signings, right? So the number one is of course Gabriel Jesus, जो हमने Manchester City से लिया, a forward which we needed, a versatile forward who is pacey, who is helping in build-ups and everything. Gabriel Jesus, आप कह सकते हो, is a combination of Aubameyang as well as Lacazette. He can hold up the play, he can shoot, finish, he can link up play between the different midfielders, and वो बहुत versatile है in terms of his positioning. Alexander Zinchenko is great for Mikel Arteta and his system because काफ़ी versatile है. He can play midfielder, central attacking mid, as well as left back. We've used him as a left back, but he tucks inside really narrowly, almost as an additional midfielder. So that is really good. So Alexander Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus have been very impact signings. उसके अलावा Fabio Vieira we've bought. That signing came out of nowhere. We've not seen him play, but hopefully soon, now with the need for depth, especially in the wings, hopefully he can play there. Otherwise he can also play in the central midfielder and an attacking midfielder, तो Odegaard के लिए भी काफ़ी अच्छे बैकअप हैं. Next we also signed Marquinhos from Brazil. Initially लग रहा था कि academy player हैं, but he performed so well in the academy matches, अपन उनको first team में promote कर दिया है. So Marquinhos is also a great signing. And then Austin Trusty. Now इसके beyond one more significant incoming has been the return of William Saliba. Now William Saliba को अगर हम अभी buy कर रहे होते इस transfer window में, easily he would have cost 60 to 70 million. He's that good of a player, and that's one of the reasons why Marseille really wanted to keep him. Finally 3 years के बाद he's been playing in Arsenal regularly, and he's been incredible. मतलब so composed in defense. He's not only tall and strong, he's also very fast. So it's just great that we have great additions in the midfield, in attack and in defense. So in terms of outgoings, we've sold Leno. He wanted regular game time, but हम नहीं दे पाएंगे उनको game time. Guendouzi is gone, Torreira is gone, Mari is gone, Maitland-Niles gone, Mavropanos is gone. I mean, some of these are loan signings. Nuno Tavares is gone on loan as well. And in terms of outgoings, I think Arsenal will be disappointed that we could not recoup the fee on some of the players. Like Leno, ultimately we had to sell him for single digit, like 8 million, 9 million or something. उतना तो Billy Gilmore गया यार. And Leno is such an established keeper, such a great buy for Fulham. Should have gone for at least 13 to 15 million. And so many other players like Mavropanos who did so well against Stuttgart. Did so well for Stuttgart. उनकी भी value बढ़नी चाहिए थी. We need to improve on selling, and I have a very bad feeling that within the next 1 or 2 years we'll sell one of our promising stars, maybe like a Smith Rowe, or worst case scenario a Saka or a Martinelli for like big money, because we have to build a self-sustaining model where we can also sell well. But चलो वो तो अलग ही बात है. Now this Douglas Luiz situation, like I said, we needed a defensive midfielders after injury to both Partey and Elneny. अब उसके बाद डगलस लुइस की फेलियर के बाद अब क्या कर सकते हैं? वेल, द ऑब्वियस आंसर, वन ऑफ द ऑब्वियस आंसर्स इज़ कि आप इंटरनली ही प्रमोट करो. सो अब जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अनदर यूथ प्लेयर वी लोन्ड आउट इज मिगेल अजीज. आई थॉट ही वुड बी द वन स्लॉटिंग इन. मेटलैंड नाइल्ड हु कुड ऑल्सो प्ले सेंट्रल मिड, ही इज़ ऑल्सो गॉन ऑन लोन. So now the options become कि Sambi will obviously play, he will have to step up, but Xhaka also goes into the DM role. Now this hurts our build-up play, but I think enough depth in terms of central midfielder like Smith Rowe can also play in the 8th role, Fabio Vieira can play in the 8th role, Zinchenko can play there and Kieran Tierney left back पे आ जाएगा जब वो fit होंगे. So in that way, Xhaka will have to move to DM and we have to get somewhere. किसी भी तरह हमें नवंबर तक पहुंचना है. Elneny looks like he's out for a while. Partey also looks like he's out for a while. So we'll have to rely on depth. Another option which I was thinking that we can do is also go into the free agents market. Now free agents market पे हैं कुछ names, but defensive midfielders कोई उतने अच्छे recognized हैं नहीं. But there are some names who have played in the Premier League and they might work, but I don't think हमारी transfer team उन पे gamble करेगी. But if bad situations goes to worse, let's say Sambi gets injured or something like that happens, तो फिर तो बहुत बड़ा इशू हो जाएगा. लाइक Xhaka के साथ DM पे हम पूरा सीज़न नहीं खेल सकते. फिर तो इतना desperate हो जाएगा. We might have to move someone like Ben White into the defensive midfielder position and फिर Tomiyasu को right back with Cedric his backup. So yeah, that is an ultra thin squad. Another interesting thing, by the way, sorry to digress, another interesting thing I found out was that last season हमारा squad number था 24. We had 24 players. This season with Europe we have 23. So even though quantity wise lighter है, quality wise थोड़ा improvement है, but we also need quantity in there. So like I was saying कि free agents market में हम थोड़ा dip कर सकते हैं. The free agents we can go for, number one I would say is Fabian Delph. Now he's 32 years old, काफ़ी age हो गई है, but he's familiar with the Pep system. He's played left back for them, but वो actually central midfielder / defensive midfielder है. Now Fabian Delph would also be familiar working with Arteta, and if situation is very very desperate, I can see us going for Fabian Delph. Next is Ross Barkley. Chelsea ने उनको terminate करा. He's now a free agent without a club. But if we get him, he'll just be another body in midfield. ज़्यादा कुछ expect नहीं करने. The problem is Barkley and Delph will demand huge wages which we won't be able to pay, or even if we pay it will hamstring us in the future transfer windows like I said. और उनको बुक्स पे निकालना, उनकी रीसेल वैल्यू बहुत ही बेकार हो जाएगा. So अगर लेंगे भी, it will either be a short term deal like a 6-month deal or maybe a 1-year deal. But yeah, those are the only two names. There's also a player called Xhaka, Xeka. I think he's Portuguese. He also played in the Portuguese league maybe. Maybe I'm just confusing him with somebody else. But Xhaka is also a central midfielder. बाकी कोई recognized नहीं है. There were reports from journalists कि Arsenal might also have to dig into their academy like Matt Smith, Richards, जिनको थोड़ा game time मिलेगा, especially in the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup or even in the Europa League. One thing which we need to do is win the Europa League group as soon as possible. Like field our strongest team for the first 3 games, then thoda you can field your second string or whatever, because we need to win that group or at least qualify in that group as soon as possible. Yeah? Because right now the game is to just get to November in one piece. ठीक है, no more injuries या फिर बहुत protect करना है players को and hope for the best. मतलब काफ़ी बड़ा gamble है कि we get to November when we break for the World Cup without any injuries. So yeah, Douglas Luiz हमने miss out कर लिया. We could go into the free agents market, but looks like हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा internally ही players को move around करना पड़ेगा. What did you think about the transfer window? What could we have done better? I know most people think we should have gotten a midfielder, but chalo, we'll make a separate video on rating Arsenal's transfer window. Thank you so much for joining in. This was A for Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners!